Right, it is getting warm here now, and there's not much wind. So I'm just having a quick walk around the yards here to see if we've got any indications that camels have been in. G'day everyone. Today it is going to be warm. This kind of is a bit of a trend out here, being the desert and all that. So it is already 35. It's expected to crack 42 pretty soon. And so today I'm trying a couple of different things out for, I guess, managing my temperatures. So first one up is, instead of wearing my normal high-vis cool shirt, I am trying out a Platatac cool under tactical shirt. Yeah, cool under tactical shirt, CUTS. And what it is it's normal material out in the shoulders and arms, and then it's a sweat wicking material here, which is particularly good when you've got anything else on, so a chest rig or anything like that. And then the other one is a cooling vest, which I might open up and have a go with if I get a bit steamy today. So we are rolling out to align the Gallipoli Tower so it's pointing more towards Chiadzwa that I set up yesterday, and I'm going to swing past Connections, which is a water point we really want a camera on, and try out another long shot today, see if I can't hit one of my faraway towers where I shouldn't be able to. And if I do, I do. If I don't, well, again, these are the two last repeated tower sites, serviced by the last repeated tower sites that I need to put out and up. So one part of it today is really keen to see Connections and what the connection's like. And then it's swinging up to Gallipoli to see if I can get Chiadzwa reporting consistently, and that'll sort of ease up the burden. It means my priority is only one of the big repeater towers. Once I've got that repeater tower up, it'll give us coverage out to all of our eastern bores, which are the ones which are most affected by the camels. So we are hot to trot. Let's try to keep it cool today. All right, as I've been going along, I figured I may as well pop in to midnight here and check up on that cat trap and see how we're going. Haven't seen anything on the camera, but we will see if there's any activity. Hello, boy. Look at this guy. Look at you. Hey? You're not in bad form, hey? Those little horns aren't a problem for anyone, are they? No. But look at you. Goodness. You're in good nick, boy. All right. This will not take long. Right. She's tripped, probably from a moo cow having a sniff and hitting it. You can see a little bit of mud on that. And as other people have suggested, putting a tarp over it or a bit of canvas or something makes it a nice dark burrow that cats will run into. But I might just clip her set open and we'll just leave it, and if a curious cat goes in, it does. I can't see any prints out the front of it. Might be a bit tricky to hear him, but there's a big boy over there. He's looking at me. And he's having a good roar, letting other people know, yeah, it's my time for a drink. So I better get out of here before he comes in and gets angry about it. Zoom in, enhance. Look at him, he's all on peak. Oh, he's trotting off. But he'll be back. I mean, hell, he'll probably be in a few minutes. It is 8:47, and well, we'll see him on the camera. There's one of our herd bulls as well. These two must have been having a chat. Hey, big fella. There's the other boy out the back having a run. Good boy. Rightio, back on the road. So rolling up here towards Connections Water Point, I generally am a little bit ready because in the past this has been Camel Haven. And yeah, that's why we are so keen to get this camera up and running. And that's why I've got to get these other couple of towers up and going. But the thought was, well, I'm driving past, might as well have a go at that long shot. See what we got happening. Right, it is getting warm here now, and there's not much wind. So I'm just having a quick walk around the yards here to see if we've got any indications that camels have been in. This is the yard that has had the top bars put in to reduce the chances of them getting in and knocking the yards around. And from what I can sort of see around here, there's a lot of kangaroo activity, a lot of cattle, a lot of little birds. Yeah, really. I can't see any big footprints of camel, so we're not under pressure yet. So I'm going to be as quick as I can, and I'll check in once I've got this equipment up, because I want to try and preserve the cameras today to make sure that we aren't cooking them. Right, let's throw a solar panel on a box. I'll get the power beam up and see if I can ping something. Okay, we are operational. We are rigged up the top there, just with the camera. I'm not borrowing with the Wi-Fi for this point, not at this stage anyway. And yeah, the camera is pointing down, covering the yards. We can see the two in gates, the trough, the dipstick. Now, the camera firmware needs a manual update. The Ubiquiti software sort of doesn't support the older cameras until they've been updated manually. So a lot of our old stock, you have to deploy and then log in manually and readopt, all those sorts of things. Lots of fun. But we are connected. We are connected to Dora, Mount Dora, and it's a reasonable connection. It's got 30 meg up and down, which is perfect for us. So that means that we are going to have coverage of this water point once I run the firmware update 24/7, which means that when we see camels here, it's going to be as soon as they are here, and then we can go take control of them, which this summer is going to be a hard one. But if we can make it smarter work, well, we don't work as hard. Right, I'm going to close this up and then get on the road up towards Gallipoli. Sweet. Right, let's get out of here. Maybe my aircon will even work this time. Right, so this is Gallipoli Tower. It is a nice tall one, and it's pretty good. It's concrete base and it's covering quite a bit of the area now. But because I've pulled two off the network, so off this anchor really, I can now change the direction that the sector antenna right up the top is, so it can be more focused towards Tunal and over to Chiadzwa, which I did yesterday. And while I'm here, I might have a little bit of a look at the connection from here to Lancelot, because I just eyeballed it when I did it, so I'll be able to jump in and do a little bit there. So I might, when I get up there, just flick the camera on and show you this, I don't know, the cool view, the things that I get to enjoy seeing when I'm doing this normal work, which pretty much no one else ever does. So yeah, I'll be a second. We are up here and I'm hooked in, and on the topic of harnesses and stuff, I have been half looking at some other harnesses, and ones which I kind of like the idea of are these like quick transfer belt types. So like the Misty Mountain one, where it's effectively just a normal belt, like normal Velcro belt. Then you can just clip over the top of it the harness belt, and then you've got their light leg loops, which give you that seat harness, which I think it'd be handy, because then it's just, a few seconds and I'm clipped over into the harness without having to do the whole stop and re-rig each time, because you can just have them hooked up out of the way. So on days where I'm going up and down all the time, I can just have a light harness on, and then so no, that's what I've been looking at. If anyone knows of any others that are kind of like that, where it's a normal belt and then you convert it into your climbing harness, particularly a sit harness, would be sweet. Right. So we will see how we go with our lighting on this, but it is a pretty good view. So I'm just going to stow my phone before I start doing any comms tuning, and we'll have a look out yonder. Right, we are just going to work our way along. That point over there, if that is clear enough, is Double Hill, and Chiadzwa, the point that we're aiming for, is in between us and Double Hill. As we roll around, we've got Draper, or Mount Draper, that is near Mandora, the water point. And as we arc around, the homestead is over there. That mountain, or little pimple there, is called Mount Courtney, and that's one of our primary links through the station for our comms. You can see those little white sections, and that is the Salt Lake itself. We'll move to the other side of the pole. We have in the distance those two little hills that kind of look like they're next to each other, and that is Elizabeth and Dora. So that's near midnight, and that's the hill that we got the signal from over at Connections, which is around there. So we'll move right around this side, and we should be able to see our hill, and that is Mount Lancelot. And our repeater site is just slightly to the right of it, because that one was too hard to get up. And we're on a pretty good hill up here. So yeah, you do get a pretty awesome view from up here. Wouldn't really be a bad camping spot. You know, it's always the dream to set up here somewhere and wake up in the morning and see some camels walking along that you could harvest meat from. Right, so that's enough of looking at the environment and cool things. I've got a little mob of cows down there. I'm going to get these comms back up and running and then make my way back towards home. Meanwhile, Happy New Year. It's New Year's Day. Right, well that was nice, quick and easy. The signal for Bullock is now saying that it's not great. I had a look at it and it is still doing more than the speed that we need for these cameras. So that is that's a bonus. So I must admit I'm kind of happy with that. Just doing a firmware update on the light AP up there, and then we will sort of see how it is performing. But that should be good for now. So that's me pretty much done for today. This shirt has been pretty good. I guess I'll really test it out when I'm out and getting proper sweaty. And that sort of brings me round onto saying thank you so much to Jordan, Stephen and Robert, you know, and everyone who has contributed so far to the Drones for Dromedaries campaign. And just, you know, it isn't just as a toy or for getting cool footage of what we're doing. It's to see if we can explore some other practical applications for pastoral and for pest control and just really test them out in this climate. And I reckon there is some potential, but it's not the sort of thing that I can justify as a expense for the YouTube channel. That we just don't make enough of it to be able to go and do that, because it does add extra time to the job that we're doing. If you want to check that out, there is the link for the GoFundMe campaign. And as always, thank you for joining me and thank you for your support. It is brilliant, and all of you who whack in comments and give us a thumbs up, it is much appreciated. It helps the channel grow and means that we can sort of reach more people, because there is a major part of this channel is sort of bringing the education or the experience out to people that this is the way it is, and that there are people trying to do the right thing, looking after the environment whilst maintaining a level of productivity. And that's why things like those remote monitoring units are so good. They are lifting the level of work that we can do. Right. Yeah, that's me for today. I will get home and maybe put my feet up. Thanks again, everyone. It's brilliant having you along for the ride. Cheers.